bringing this up because I wanted to shed light, one, on our trash family court system, which I believe overwhelmingly is biased toward men. You ain't got to like it, but I said it. But also, I wanted to highlight the dangers of extremist solutions. The traditional values in marriage and family are overwhelmingly positive. And we know that, yes, children fare better and societies are far more healthier when marriages are intact and families are kept together. But the ideology of ISIS, it distorts these principles into oppressive, authoritarian practices that are fundamentally incompatible with human rights and dignity. And then at the same time, here in the West, our family court system does the exact same thing, but in a different way. What do I mean? Many of these men, they are not truly given due process. I have seen it happen. I have male friends, family members, cousins, uncles, mentors, just associates, co-workers, where a woman can take out a restraining order on a man with no proof that he has posed a threat. He ain't even done nothing. She just does it because she can. And she does it so she can bar access to the children. And she does it as a means of control. And our courts allow it all the time. We violate civil, human, and parental rights of men, and the courts and the lawyers and the judges, they're all in on it. They'll extort you. Well, if you want this done, it's going to cost you an additional $25,000, and then, well, if you want this done, we got to file this motion, and just keeps them in this perpetual cycle of litigation that for a vindictive woman, she like, oh, I could do this all day long. I mean, I ain't got nothing but time. Whereas a man who's like, I'm too busy out here. I got to get the bag. I have to provide. I have to figure out how to rebuild my life. I don't want to be caught up in no litigation. So most men are like, whatever, I don't care. Take it. The family court system is trash. How is it that a man can be obligated to pay more than he earns in child support? How is he supposed to take care of himself? How can you say you care about families when the man who now he's obligated to pay child support? Do not get me wrong. Yes, a man who does not provide for his own household is worse than a dog. But I'm talking about the imbalance of it all. How is he supposed to live? And then why is it the women never seem to care? Like, well, does he even have enough money to take care of himself? Like, do I really want the father of my child out on the street, homeless, sleeping in his car? These women don't give a darn. Long as they get their check on time every month, they don't care where he has to live and sleep. I have known men that because of this oppressive child support system, they are gainfully employed and work a job and will live in their car because they can't afford it. And they have a whole system of where they go to shower, how they change their clothes, how they show up to work and present the best version of themselves. But people don't know that they are sleeping in their car because they're like, this is the only thing I can do so that I can get ahead and climb up out of this hole and deficit that I am in, because it ain't but 24 hours in a day and I'm already working 2 jobs. There's no more hours. Can't manifest them, can't make them up. You just got to do what you got to do. Why is it that Shaniqua can use the money, the child support money, to get her hair and her nails done? She can use the money to get her hair and her nails done and then take him back to court to get more money. Are you surprised that men snap and end up unaliving some of these women? Or not only that, they become so disillusioned that the woman who caused the pain in their life, she's not even the target now. They're like, I don't give a darn. I'm hurting whoever I can because that's the kind of pain I'm in. I'm not excusing it. I'm explaining it. All of these men who have committed these crimes are absolutely going to be held accountable, and they should. But at the same token, it is essential. We have to differentiate between healthy societal traditions and then the manipulative extremist interpretations that are employed by groups like ISIS, but then the same manipulative and extreme laws and rules that take place here in the West that overwhelmingly favor women and cause and wreak havoc in the lives of men. I'm no ISIS sympathizer in the least bit. Trust me. I hold to a biblical view of marriage. I hold to a complementarian view of the family and relationships. Yes, I believe women should submit to their husbands as unto the Lord. And yes, I believe that men should love their wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. You should not be abused. Yes, I believe that. The Bible doesn't provide any provision for a man to be harsh and abusive toward his wife. But we have to have a conversation about how women do not value marriage and family, and they will burn the whole thing down for their own personal happiness with no regard to how it's going to affect the children, the grandchildren, your community standing. They don't care. It's just like, well, I got to go get happy. We have to address the frustrations and the inequities in Western family systems so that we don't continue to see men going postal and turning into terrorists that harm people who didn't have nothing to do with this situation. ISIS was appealing to Jabbar. Yes, it's a religion of falsehood and disillusionment, in my opinion. But the way the family court system in the West allows women to utterly destroy lives, it's just as disgusting. Because these feminist judges, they don't give a darn. These family court judges, they have absolute power and they are corrupt. They take the money, it goes into the coffers, and the judges and the lawyers, you think the prosecutor and the judges and the lawyers hate each other? No, they're all in on it. Talk to a divorce attorney and he will affirm what I'm saying. These incredibly liberal judges, a lot which are female, the man has no recourse. And the lives of men are being destroyed and men are killing, unaliving people, innocent ones, as a result, because they have not figured out how to manage the misery that has now been placed in their lives. When you have an unjust system, this is the result. Keep taking the kids. Keep taking the man's property. Making a man work 2 and 3 jobs, all for Shaniqua to go get a hair and a nails done while he's just trying to survive. Keep taking the kids, taking their property, making them work 2 and 3 jobs, all for Shaniqua to go and get her hair and her nails done while he's working himself to death. She's staying in a house that he has to pay for. He can't say anything about it. Y'all, I have seen these women weaponize police against men. And what do men do? Most men, if they don't have the light of Christ in their heart and they've been made alive in Christ Jesus, most men just check out. They are fighting their flesh to say, just the hell with it all. I'm done. And they check out, causing more harm and distress to the children, who ultimately have to bear the burden of the fact that now daddy just done clocked out because mama, she's in a ratchet tank and can't manage her misery. The weight of that kind of trauma can drive a man to do a lot of uncharacteristic things.